If it would pop up, I could start. There you go. Hopefully I don't have to wait forever for the chat to pop up, which I probably will. That's okay. Welcome in when you all get in. If the chat would load, that'd be really cool and awesome, but it probably won't load. That always works. Always works. Always works. I'm not really sure why you type all that in the chat, but okay. Not really sure why, but that's cool, I guess. Oh yeah, we'll come in when everyone gets in. We're probably going to start with the collective reading and then move forward. Welcome in. Welcome in, Daniel. How we doing? How we feeling? But yeah, I'm probably just going to start with the collective reading and then move forward from there. Yeah, I get that. We've had crazy wins here. But yeah. I'm kind of tired today. I'm not even gonna lie. But you know, when duty calls, we pop up. I had all day yesterday off, which was really needed. That blood moon fucked me up. The eclipse fucked me up. So that was good. I'm kind of still recovering. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh boy. Alright. Let's jump into the reading though. The first card is the Knight of Pentacles reverse. It's very slow movement is how it's going. I mean, even we saw the energy going through Mercury being in retrograde, Venus and Mercury still being in conjunction. Everything is still like still moving forward. Everything is still moving forward in a different way. The energy is just kind of sluggish is how it feels. And I feel like that's what this reading is going to be really picking up on with the Knight of Pentacles reverse. There's a lot of sluggish energy. Just people not really being put together. So just, you know, be aware of that. Don't allow others' actions towards you or towards anything that you're doing kind of disperse what you're trying to accomplish. I feel like everyone's just being affected in a weird sluggish way. And again, yeah, it might be past things coming up that need healing, past cycles coming up that need to be just fully examined and removed. Typical Mercury energy, right? But this is to show you what you've been holding on to that's been really restrictive. Um, so really paying attention to that, just paying attention to the the thought forms, seeing the past excuses. I mean, for some people, some past excuses may be coming up where you say, I can't do this, I can't do that, and realizing how that's been stopping certain things. Regardless, it's just Mercury retrograde energy, and this one's kind of a bit heavier because it definitely, with Venus being retrograde, it's all about relationships coming back in. So, like past relationship issues, past issues with connecting with people, past issues that might have kept you away or too attached to people. They're all sort of just coming up right now. So don't allow yourself to believe or to think that you're under some form of like attack necessarily at this time, especially if you are having dreams of certain individuals, certain people, or anything of that nature. It's just clearing that area up, clearing up all that muck, just allowing it to come back around, for a renewal, for a better healing. Um, right now is definitely not a good time to make a plan. It would be better to have a continuation of a plan rather than starting something new at this time. So really, just seeing what you have around you at right now, seeing all the things that are moving for you, no matter how quick, no matter how slow it may be moving. Just seeing what is moving on the physical right now. What do you have in store? Not planning, like, because again, it's like with the full moon energy. Whenever full moons happen, you don't really want to start anything new. Full moons are continuations and endings, right? So really, just pay attention to that. What do you have working? What do you I can't even speak, dude. What are you working on, and what can you do at this point in time to allow it to flourish better? um I almost want to say, what pressure can you apply or remove to certain situations to allow them to move forward? And then we have Lover's Reverse. Really just focusing on that connection with yourself, allowing yourself to be in that nurturing energy. Allow yourself to really, really, really be in a nurturing energy. Not allowing the physical to determine your internal heavily at this time is going to be what you need. Um, and again, creative projects, journaling, drawing, things of that nature are really going to be beneficial. Don't overwork. Don't don't try and be a perfectionist is really what's trying to come out right now. I'm literally jumbled up right now. But don't be a perfectionist. Don't allow yourself to feel like it has to be 1000% complete. Don't feel like you have to push as hard as you need to. Um, a lot of things are already being put in motion. It's just this retrograde energy of things kind of working out that didn't work out in the past. Again, with the with Sun and Jupiter being in conjunction, it has a lot to do with maybe plans from the past, things you were going to accomplish in the past, how they didn't work back then. Now the energy is accumulating for those things to work. It's really focusing on that. The removal of the past 12-year karmic cycle is in process, and a lot of that cycle has to be removed from that internal introspection. Learning to trust, learning to love, learning to ask for help. These things are going to be major key points moving forward, and keeping that in mind is what's going to be very important. That's going to help you not only connect with yourself more, but allow yourself to see the true reality that you've been trying to manifest, or the true life that you've been wanting to live, rather than being focused on the things that are kind of going awry. And again, this is that energy with the Ten of Pentacles reverse, of seeing the things on the physical that didn't work in the past and coming back around to them, or moving forward away from them. However, but there's a completion that's happening, like a rope being cut or a drawstring. And it's not to say that you had any ties or binds. It's more of just things that you grew attached to that no longer resonate or matter in a sense in that same way. is what's moving you forward. It's what's allowing you to see the higher, the more in-depth benefits of what you've been doing and why you've gone through it. And even like, because it feels like a lot to do with trust issues, really. Like there's trust issues or incomplianceness that might be happening where you get advice but you're not sure how to move with it, or you're used to things not working out in a certain way and just being stuck in the energy of, oh, I've done this in the past and XYZ. Not having a guiding hand has been a huge role in that. But allowing that guiding hand to be in your life, that guiding hand to allow to pull you through certain things is what's happening at this time. So really giving yourself that introspective rest, not really sitting around focusing on things, but just allowing things to transpire, just being within that flow of state. Again, heavily resting, not letting your thoughts control. You might even find out or see that even when you're talking with people about, oh, I could do this, I could do that, still struggling with the yeah but this and yeah but that type of energy. Really giving that a rest, really seeing where that comes from and how that's changed your the trajectory of your life. There we go. I'll say it eventually. And you know overstanding and overseeing that is what's going to really push you forward through this energy. Of course, it might be sluggish, which could just imply you needing more rest, needing more personal time, doing more things that actually benefit you at this time is going to be heavy. But paying close attention to that. And sorry if I'm not going well. The weather has been weird. The cycles have been weird. I'm just drained all over. But I was told to come and do a reading, so we're here for it. But building up that mental building up that mental strength. Like I'm fine. I'm just tired, man. Like everything has me down, like drained. It's hilarious, but getting that mental strength, getting that mental rapport up is what you're needing. That victory, mind over matter victory, is what you're shooting for. In the past, it was matter over mind. It was things controlling you. It was things not working out that make you go different ways. Now you're in this retribution energy, where you're gonna have your mind over top of that matter. But the only way to get to that point and to really stand on that is by giving yourself a rest. And a lot of that resting is it's like a combativeness with self, where something needs to be done, and instead of doing it or searching up how to do it, or taking that first step, you then comply with that part of you, the Nine of Swords, where it's like, I don't know this, I don't know that, I don't think that's going to work, I don't think that's going to work either, instead of like seeing about it and looking it up and doing those things, moving forward with that, giving to yourself at this time, giving yourself that benefit, giving that divine part of you that chance to shine at this moment is what you need. You may even have, because it's coming up again with the Knight of Swords, oddly enough, you might be having someone on the external almost mirror something of a past situation, but in a more helpful way, in a more digestive way. Allowing yourself to see that. Maybe you have someone who's in your life or coming in your life who's going to be, guiding you through certain things. And instead of saying, I don't know, I don't think that's going to work, you take the advice and run with it, right? These things of that nature, even though it might feel weird, and even though you might not trust it at the beginning, it's still something that's going to be of great benefit to you to move forward with. So it's really just seeing that and allowing that to push you forward at this time is heavily what you're doing. Just drawing that information up. Not running around trying to seek it, but allowing it to come to you, because it feels like a lot of this is coming from that lack of introspection, that lack of inner trust, that lack of inner trust that's actually been seen on the external, and it hasn't been, again, to punish you, but it's to show you almost how hard you've been on yourself when it comes down to perfectionism. It really is it's the extreme focus on the external that makes doing things difficult. Things don't work out immediately, and that might make you want to quit and give up and be like, well, since it didn't work immediately, it's not meant for me. That's not always how it is. Not everything is in life's going to be easy, and the dogma of, oh, well, if it was meant, it would happen quickly, it is so redundant and bizarre to say, because life is going to have its challenges. God's not going to silver spoon you. You're going to go through challenges. And that might have been like past dogma, believing in certain things, like, oh, like it's going to be immediately easy, everything's going to work out instantly. That's a subconscious barrier that has to be broken before that lifestyle can truly be accomplished. It is possible, but there's subconscious barriers that of thoughts that pop up that then create those holes. There's a lack of understanding how to seeing things in a certain directive. It's a misinterpretation of seeing people's lives from an outside point of view, because a lot of that dogma where things like everything's perfect comes from people looking at others in a higher position saying everything's perfect, but the reason they're saying that is to condition their mind to not see dreadful doubts within their existence. And a lot of people take that look on things and run with it as, oh, since they're living this perfect life, I can too, without realizing the struggles, without actualizing the trials that had to be put forth through that, you know? So just really sitting in that energy and knowing that even though it doesn't seem easy, that doesn't mean it's not impossible. There's always going to be a struggle with it. We're always going to have something that we're not going to be able to do alone. And you're not supposed to do it all alone either. It's a lot of these past dogmas that might have, been, not even that you've like accepted it, but you might have just been around people who accepted those dogmas and spewed those dogmas, or they talked about it in a way that wasn't fully digestible for you, that caused a misinterpretation or a misalignment inside of yourself. That's shedding off and going away at this time. It's getting more realistic within this spiritual realm, allowing spirit to show you the truth of it rather than trying to create a reality and fighting the 3D. Even with manifestation, it's not about creating things onto 3D. It's about moving yourself in moving your spirit in such a way through the 3D that things align in that sense. Because you can't change that physical matter. You can change the state of it from being so solid to being a more liquid or a more gaseous state, and that depends on your internal volume. What you're trying to achieve is that lucidity, which is more of a fog instead of a liquid. But being in that liquid state, if you're controlled by the physical, you'll match that form of it. Just like pouring water in a bottle, the water matches the form of the bottle because it's trapped within something on the physical. If it were to just be dumped out on the floor, it would take its own shape, its own pattern, its own way. And that's that next form that's being achieved, is breaking past these dogmas so that you can end up being in that realm between the lucidity, between flow state and lucidity, being both the water and the gaseous space being the spiritual space, right? So really just taking that outlook, really looking at things in this type of direction are really going to help you push forward and see what you need to do to enter that flow state. What barriers inside of you have trapped you from fully believing that things could come to you in certain ways, or what barriers inside of you that everything is moving forward. Verta, I didn't get a notification for it, so you might have sent to the other one as well. Let me paste it for you again. But yeah, it's all about hitting that flow state so you can actually be within a lucidity space. What is that one? If you haven't seen it, don't add the Y. It's just stump, like a tree stump. The other one is mine, but I don't have access to it. That's the only issue with it. I don't have the phone with it, so everything that gets sent there just like sitting in there, unfortunately. Like clockwork. Kristen, all day long, every time I do something, and I'm like, can I get, like, sirens are my confirmation. Like, they genuinely are. In every situation that I've been through, and I got it that time, thank you. I appreciate love that. But every time I ask for confirmation, a siren comes through. Like, that is the one thing how I know something's like going well. Is it me or you? I don't know. It's a mix of everything at this point. I just know it's a confirmation for me. It can be confirmation for everyone, you know what I mean? But through my personal experiences, sirens are like 1000% something that lets me know, hey, you hit it. So as long as I can hear a siren, I'm okay. It's very much okay to not be okay. But take time to introspect on those boundaries, on those things that you're stuck in. And with the Eight of Cups reverse, see what you're not walking away from. Because again, it's these things. I mean, currently, even me, I'm going through it. I mean, obviously, we are going through something. The help that you receive can feel awkward or that you need to repay. Recently, I was talking with someone and I was explaining to him, like, getting help does feel uncomfortable at times. It's like, yeah, but that's the thing. It doesn't matter how you feel. If someone wants to help you, they're going to help you. And that's that receptivity, that openness to receiving that help is the only way you're going to receive it. Um, so really, like that, that hit me differently because we were having like a 3 in the morning chat. So that hit a little bit different when we were talking about it. But allowing yourself to really open up and receive that sort of help, not expecting to, pay anyone back. That's a service, when you're truly helping someone, you're not desiring anything in return. And allowing yourself to enter that state, because it's not a state that you don't want. It's a state that you know exists. It's a state that you know that you wish to be in. But it's these subconscious boundaries of not receiving actual help or being told that you're helpless or all these things that put that boundary up there, that put that state of mind being, that feeling of needing to run it all by yourself, that feeling of those, not even a feeling, excuse me, the thought forms. It is a feeling, but it roots from a thought form. But that thought form of being told that you have to, do something else. That equal exchange is simply just you accepting that advice, So opening up to having more help, even helping yourself out in that sense by silencing that part of you, by biting your tongue when you need to, instead of just pronouncing everything outside of yourself and using the power of your tongue to make things harder. Learn how to bite that snake before it talks. Again, and that's this glory. Yeah, Vita. I got the cash app that time. It's the crazy Vulture King. Yeah, I forgot what cartoon that's from, but it's like an old one. I used to watch it all the time. But this is how you receive that benefit, that blessing that you're desiring. And even seeing seeing what you need to not walk away from to receive those things. Not saying that all boundaries are bad, but not all boundaries need to be as tight. You know what I mean? Having your boundaries are good, but make sure that you're not cutting the wrong hands. Is the whole like point of this, especially with the retrogrades how they are. This could genuinely be a second startup, the second start, that everyone's been talking about forever. That second chance of life. No, you're fine, Vita. It does not matter how much you send. Any amount is appreciated. I've had pennies sent to me. I've had multiple dollars sent to me. All of it is truly appreciated. It does not matter the amount. I will, it does not matter to me. Just being here and being able to help people is good enough. The donations are appreciated, but again, they're never expected, truly. But thank you for any amount. Truly, it really does help in all like forms. So don't worry. I stutter a lot. I have a hard time talking about stuff like that. So I'm working on that too. But truly, every amount is appreciative no matter what. Don't feel bad for whatever you send. It does not matter to me. Just the support is all that is, more than enough, truly. But connecting to that part of you is what's really going to allow you to see like what you've been doing, that celestial bridge, that the boundaries that you have, like connecting to them on a deeper state, seeing why they're actually there. And not in the sense of like, again, seeing the situations that you've gone through or anything, but seeing why that lack of trust in whatever you're moving forward with is there. Seeing why you are quick to deny something when it could be of help. Even being afraid or thinking like, again, this could be with a lot of dogma in the past, because I remember when I first got into the whole YouTube spiritual community, a lot of people at times would talk about, oh, well, the divine ones are meant to be rich. The divine ones aren't supposed to be working, jobs. The divine ones aren't supposed to be doing all these things, which then like lessen your own like mind frame. Because then it's like, well, if I'm like, because I know some of y'all remember that shit when people are like, if you're a true chosen one, you wouldn't work a 9 to 5. What the fuck does that mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, really think about that. What does that mean? And a lot of that dogma stuck with a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people who ended up just quitting their jobs and not having anything to, like anywhere to go, or being able to pursue anything that they desired because of that stuff, and it fucked up their life more than helped them. So don't be afraid to do what you need to do to reach that point of what you're wanting on the external. Whether that's government assistance or however, do what you need to do to reach those places. It's all stepping stones. It could be an embarrassment from that. It could be and again, that's like a self-image thing. Are you like, check up on your sacral and your solar plexus at this time heavily. Your sacral and your solar plexus could be really needing meditations if you are struggling with those. But just in general, with these breaking of the boundaries, just working on the third eye chakra and the sacral chakra are going to be very, very important. So you can see what insecurities and what securities you have, and bust through those barriers. The Nine of Wands reverse, it's stepping out of the doing it too late energy. Oh, I can't do this because I'm too busy stressing out about it, and then I'm going to worry about it later, right? It's breaking that boundary off so that you can achieve more. Because it's not about praying about having more. It's not about asking the divine to bring you more. It's about allowing yourself to be more open to receiving more of it. It's about adjusting your nervous system to handle more of it so that it doesn't go into overload, and self-sabotage. Because you have it all, truly. Being the infinite beings as we all are, we have everything that we need. It's our nervous system that can be thrown out of whack and allow us to create and things in our mind or things in our reality that disrupt our flow. So really working with that aspect of self is how we're going to see it. It's like change. It's like seeing the new rules. There's been a past ruling that hasn't been working in the favor. The getting the wrong keys, not even getting the wrong keys, but getting the wrong instructions of how to use the key. Instead of being told how to insert the key, they just say, hey, just open the door. It's right there in front of you. It's more of like studying that aspect of self. That connectivity is the lack of knowing how to use the key, let alone knowing what key you have, right? Because the door is only going to have that one lock, but it's like you have a ring of keys that you're trying to add there, but you're not given the right key. And it's not that you're not given the right key, it's just you haven't connected, you haven't asked those right questions, you haven't seen the things in the fullest ways to allow yourself to fully see things. And with the habit being 5, it's the 5 senses being overloaded, it's the nervous system being overloaded. You've had things in the past that were abundant in that sense, but you weren't able to handle it. The pressure was a lot for you, so you had to work through those, stress management, breathing techniques, tapping, however, right? All these things that you've learned, all these skills that you've learned are what's going to help you move forward. Maybe even the jobs that you had in the past, helping with customer services, or work with people that aren't cooperative, or even just not even work, but just living life 24/7 how it is, has built up resistance, has built up those keys to allow you to get to that point now. But you just had to see these individuals, these spirits that will be around you in certain environments. Not that there's going to be new devils, it's just going to be new people who have different spirits on them that are like the same, but some might be stronger spirits than others, some might be more agitating spirits than others, some might be a little more sneaky than others, but they're always going to send off that red flag to you. Just being aware of that. And with the Nine of Cups reverse, it's that genie in the bottle that's disconnected. It's not that it's not there. It's not that you can't manifest what you're wanting. It's just that nervous system alignment that needs to be calmed down. It's that de-stressing, getting a massage, or just taking that warm bath, or listening to calming frequencies, getting to sleeping in a different position, putting pillows between your legs to relax your spine whenever you're sleeping. However you need to do these things, it's just about finding new ways to get you to relax. Nurturing yourself both on that physical and spiritual level, with using both the feminine energies, doing what you need to do. Not applying pressure, not applying the thoughts of you doing something wrong and that's why someone's not messaging you, or saying that you're unable to do something because something else hasn't happened yet. Just taking your time with it, really getting into the flow of life, getting back into the flow of life. For some of you, you used to be in the flow of life, but then something just got fucked up. Maybe you were in the flow of life and you were unaware of your gifts, of your talents, of what you were able to do, or even how to control them. And it's like this is coming back and saying, hey, Now that you're aware of these things, now that these cycles have been showing themselves, now that you can see past that veil in different ways, now that you have all these new techniques, we can give it another shot. You're more equipped for what you need to be for, because you have the image of what you want. You have the manifestation of what you're desiring. All you needed to do is change that physical aspect of self, connecting more to that higher self, to move forward. And I'm being told, like, what was that? I have to look at my Google history, because I forgot what I Googled. But when I rose this rising, the Christmas carol "Hark the Angels Sing" was the first thing that I was hearing. So it's genuinely a new beginning. It's being reborn. It's stepping into that true self, that ruling self, that's gonna allow you. That's happening. I mean, it was really weird because I heard it clear as day. Um, but you know what else isn't weird in life? But allowing yourself just to know that the beginnings are here, the startings are here. We had the 15-year karmic cycle that's ended at the beginning of the year. We're going through the past 12-year karmic cycle that's ending now because of Sun and Jupiter. There's just a lot of these past cycles that aren't around anymore. They're not growing. They're not beneficial to you anymore. It's not that you haven't learned the full lesson, but whatever the fuck you were going through in the past doesn't even benefit you anymore. It's not even the fact that you need to learn it from that particular angle anymore. You've mastered that angle. It's time for you to see it in a different angle. You've learned how to be in survival mode. You know what that feels like. You know how to dig deep and to keep your head down. But now it's time to pop your head back up and to really see things in a different light, moving with that other self, moving with that other side, being reborn in that sense. With the Page of Swords, even seeing things with a more childish view, getting your imagination back in order, allowing your mind to truly speculate and not be so cut off on no, it's not going to work, and allowing it to be like, you know what, this could work. Taking advice from others and all these things, just opening back up to who you used to be. Some of you might have even had thoughts in the past of remembering how you used to be as a child and being like, damn, I really wish I could be like that. And you might be attracting people around you at this time who have that energy still, and it's trying to spark that thing. It's trying to spark that back up in you. It's trying to spark that old energy, that old self inside of you, because it hasn't disappeared. It hasn't gone away. It's still within you. It's just been buried. It's been subsided. It's been almost locked, captivated in fear or embarrassment, or however this might be, because you don't feel like you can. You don't think that it would be eligible for you, or however. But that's not the case. It's that changing. It's that subconscious being of you that you used to be coming back to the coming back to the surface. I was gonna say coming back to the future. What does that mean? Coming back to the future is a wild statement. How do you come back to the future? Anyway. I mean, this could be like a past life, alternate timeline thing for some people. Maybe, you never know out here. But there's hidden rules. There's a new way of looking at things. There's a new trajectory opening its way up to you. And even though it might be a little fearful and nerve-wracking, don't allow that to stop you. Allow yourself to see the upbringings that are happening around you. Maybe you and someone else are having upgrades at the same time. Allowing that to be a benefit of both you and them, being there for each other on that path of rising up is what's going to help you. But again, again, with Two Pentacles, talking about like timelines, this could be a juggling between two timelines, where instead of it being like, damn, lightning. Anyway, instead of it being like a juggling between a higher or a lower timeline, it's more of moving forward with your higher self aspect. Are you wanting to take the higher self that you've been following recently, or are you wanting to take a newer higher self, along you with the journey, and allowing that to help you move forward, seeing things in that kind of aspect? Because right now there's not really a plan and state. You're in this thinking mode, you're in this resting mode of seeing what you're desiring, of what you're wanting, not really worried about how you're going to get there, but knowing that you just need to connect with the part of you that knows how to get there, that already knows these things, that can take you to these higher levels. So really move forward. I'm getting told to talk about a lot of the dreams. I had a lot of dreams last night, but I had another dream where I was talking to someone and I was telling them about something, and they turned into a dog and started eating out of my hand. And that usually signifies a trustworthy individual. Instead of you like taking from people's hands, you're also going to be one to feed other people with your experiences and stuff. It's taking you to that higher level, that next level of seeing who needs to be around you to benefit from you, not in just a one-way connection, but where you're both benefiting, where you're able to see your own growth in your own I keep hearing the word expendable, but I don't know if that's extendable, excuse me. To see the new extensions that you've added to yourself, the new learnings, new pathways, the new wisdoms that you've learned, and allowing that to move forward. And again, with the Emperor Aries energy, the small flame is being born. So don't worry about things working out right now. With Aries energy, things could work or things could not. The flame is too small to tell. It's just a spark. It's allowing the sparks of inspiration that are happening around you to nurture you at this time, and moving forward with that, with knowing that things are going to be working. You know, even if something doesn't work, that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that that flame isn't ready to be kindled yet. So just moving forward with that type of observation, moving forward with that higher knowing that you have the wisdom, you have the diligence, you have the helping hand for others, and it's time for you to receive that helping hand yourself. Learning to be more of a receiver than just a giver. Learning to be in that feminine energy of receiving rather than being in the masculine energy of giving. Even though you're giving from that heart space, which involves the feminine aspect, you're still within that masculine energy because you're giving instead of receiving. And again, it could just be mental blockages that keep you from accepting that sort of help that you do try to receive out of fear or past cycles or however, that are just shedding away and breaking down. However, this is for you. DNA upgrades, just cosmical upgrades, really getting aligned. Aligning your chakras at this time is really necessary, though. Heavily necessary. Checking the chakras relating for the planets that are affecting. Look at the planets that are out right now. The Jupiter, Sun, Venus, and Mercury, and where they fall in your chart, and seeing like what they're there to show you. Seeing what you can learn. Seeing what chakras are related to. Meditating with those. Seeing what houses they're connected with. Just so you can better map out how you need to move forward and what's truly happening for you. And we have Magic Ointment, which is 63. And Magic Ointment, damn, Magic Ointment has a lot. Are we gonna be lightning all night? Is that what's happening? Anyway, we have Magic Ointment, which is yearning for easily acquired abilities, empowering the human body, looking at something familiar in a new way, self-improvement, revelation of the truth, unearthing secrets, resolved mysteries, a fresh perspective, clairvoyance, and astral vision. Pay attention to your dreams, always. Some of y'all might be astral traveling a lot more. Regardless, you know what you're desiring. And this is the wake-up call to say, hey, you can get what you're wanting, but you need to change some things. And it's not the fact that you don't know that you need to change them, and it's not the fact that people might be annoying you on the physical by saying, oh, you need to change these things. It's now about the fact that because it's so aware, so mentally and spiritually aware of what you need to change, it's time to do it. It's time to change that perspective one step at a time. It does not have to be so easy. It doesn't have to be a breeze in the park. Allowing yourself to just see it and move forward with that as it happens, one step at a time. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to not be sure of what to do. Ask people for help. And if no one around you knows the answers, then just try to do it yourself. Look things up online, however this is. Moving forward with that energy, we have Wrath, which is 58. That is 13-4. So aggression, destructive behavior, bad temper, anger management, self-control, maintain clear thinking. Every time Wrath comes up, the first few never pop up. The one that does pop up mostly for this is destructive behavior, but self-control, maintaining a clear thinking are heavy to do right now, because that lack of mental clarity is a very destructive behavior. It's counterintuitive, it's counteractive. to what you need to be doing. So again, just know that you know what. And again, like even if you are dealing with aggression, right? Even if you are getting mad at certain things, allowing that anger to just be there. Don't feed into it. Don't continuously go down that wormhole of, oh, this is happening and that's happening, and feeding that anger. Let the anger exist at the level it needs to exist at, and ask it, why are you here? Why am I actually getting mad? What's the proof behind this? What is the truth behind this anger? So I can move past it. And really seeing it from that sense. But again, like having a clear thought, seeing things from different angles are really is going to help you keep that clear thought form. We have voodoo ritual, which is a potential exit, negative side effects, moral or negative physical violence, elimination, negativity, pressure, oppression. Just being aware of what pressure you've been putting on yourself. What have you been obsessing over? What thoughts have been around you in an obsessive manner? And how can you move forward past them? And then, of course, Thor, symbol of Jupiter, wants to come out. I'm not even surprised that Jupiter wanted to pop out, because Jupiter's energy has been really heavy. But Jupiter, Thor, is great achievement, successful individual, optimism, charisma, fate, skyrocketing to success, and wealth. Don't just know that things are going to work out this time. You know what not to do. So now the most difficult thing to do is breaking those patterns that allow you to feed into those past things. Keeping that optimism. It's hard to be optimistic 24/7 when you're first getting used to it. So allow people around you who are optimistic. Allow people to be optimistic for you, to take off that weight off your shoulders. You know what I mean? We've already learned about energy vampires and energy transmutation and all sorts of stuff like that. So so being around people that are actually able to feed you that high vibration that you're needing is going to help you. We're all energy vampires. We all like feed off of energy in one way or another. It's not a bad title. It's just been demonized because people are too rational and they like to break things down and use comparisons and contrastions rather than seeing what the terms mean and running with it that way, you know? Being grounded in the middle, but allowing yourself to just absorb other people's high vibration, not in the sense of you draining them, but in the sense of they're giving it to you. They're around you. They're having fun. They're having a blast. They're laughing. Surrounding yourself with that is what's going to allow you to have that greater, higher overstanding. Removing these like negative connotations, which is why they're called connotations in the first place, because it's going against the nation. Y'all look it up. Anyway, I love breaking words down. But it's seeing that and really running with that, allowing you to know that everything is going to be fine. Allowing yourself to just be around those people who have that high vibration that you're desiring, so that you know what it feels like, even though it might feel awkward at first because you're not fully used to it. It's still about getting adjusted to it, because you can't adjust to it if you aren't doing it yourself. You need that external support sometimes. So allow the external support to come around you and support you. We have Holy Grail, which is 50. Pure thoughts, positive results, achieving the goal, strength of mind, spiritual knowledge, healing, immortality, verification of worth. Again, clearing yourself, being cleansed. Allowing yourself to truly be rewritten internally and externally at this time is the greatest thing that you can do for yourself. And it's not even like something that you need to focus on. It's something that's happening naturally. Allowing yourself to have that rest so that you're not fighting that aspect of yourself when it appears is what you're worried about. We have Lady Pingerswick, which is otherworldliness, psychic abilities, gentleness, artistic creativity, love of music, intuition, vision, discretion, successful resolution of a problem, and a good period lies ahead. Allow Jupiter to nurture you heavily. Like, that's just what I'm hearing. A lot of the work that you all have been doing has been working through. It is really just Saturn doing what Saturn does best, which is testing you on the physical, which won't happen soon, because when Saturn's rings disappear, a lot of restraints are going to pop off and things are going to get a lot easier because you're not going to be held back by those. But just knowing that everything is working out. You've done the work. the rewards are there. It's just now of letting Jupiter be there to nurture you, to send that luck towards you, to send what you're desiring, your wishes towards you. And you can, when we're finished with the collective reading, you can. But overall, that is the grand message. Is just truly allowing yourself to be nurtured. You've done the work, but part of you feels like you haven't, because you keep thinking, now that I've done this, now I have to do all these other things too. Yes, but you don't have to do them instantly. Giving yourself the gratification of, I've done this right now, and waiting to get more information for how to do these other things that you're desiring to do is gonna be what you need to focus on. So giving yourself rest, giving yourself the permission to receive what you need to receive, are just heavy things right now. But we have giraffe, which is reflection. If you are facing a difficult situation, do not rush into making a decision. You are advised to turn the problem around in all possible manners before deciding on a solution. Your circumstances need to be examined carefully. Dolphin, which is peace. The gentle nature of the dolphin reminds you to look for the good in everyone and strive to bring peace to your life and those around you. Trust your instincts and intuition rather than overthinking things. Whale, which is communication. You are encouraged to communicate clearly from your heart, bridge any gaps that are keeping you from connecting deeper with your loved ones. It is important to seek your truth with emotion, vulnerability, and power. And last but not least, crow, transition. Which part of your life is or may be going through a transition? Maybe you're changing relationships, careers, or cities. Whatever it is, the crow is signaling that you are ready to make that change. And we'll get these are the animal cards, the angel cards. And we'll get a few angel cards, and then we'll jump into the 2-card pulls. And remember, if you're wanting a 2-card pull, say what deck you want: the tarot deck, the shadow, the animals, or the angels. And then if you want it to be something in general, like a general 2-card or however, and we can do that. But we'll start making that list while we pull the angel cards. Regardless, though, again, just going through this transition with ease. Don't force yourself through it. The transition's already happening. All you need to do is allow yourself to be within that flow state, to accept what comes with that transition. Don't force anything. Don't rush anything. Just allow things to come to you. And if they seem to be on the disagreeable side, allow them to stay on that disagreeable side. Just move forward in the way that you need to. If you don't have to accept everything that comes towards you. You are allowed to, disagree with things. Just don't allow that disagreement to stonewall you. I'm going to shuffle 2 more times and then take the top in the split. There's the top. So we have the wheel with Archangel Jeremiel. New beginnings, end of delays, a change in the direction that offers happiness. New beginnings with Archangel Jeremiel again. Starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past. The 7 of Raphael, time to make a decision, be clear on what you want and take action, a need for detoxification. Change your life with Archangel Shamuel. A sudden revelation that offers freedom, break free of procrastination, embrace the opportunities that change brings. The 7 of Gabriel, stand up for what you believe in, have confidence, claim your personal power. 3 of Michael, release the past, you will grow from the situation. Time heals all wounds. Archangel Shamuel again. There's a better way, pause for reflection and insight, and dare to be different. And last but not least, the 8 of Gabriel. A great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, important communication. So I guess like the 2 angels, if you need to call on anyone, is Jeremiel and Shamuel. Calling on them, asking for them to lend you a hand, guiding you through these situations are going to be good. Obviously, calling on any of your angels is a good idea. But those were literally the only 2 that came out, like 2 different times. So they definitely could be a huge part of this glow up, of this moving forward. So allow yourself to just, be within that realm. Always connect closer with your angels. If you always have, if you have any amount of like second guessing or fear, always connect with your angels on that deeper aspect. Always, always. But we can do some 2-card pulls now, and then whatever else we need to do. Just be sure to mention what deck you want, or if you want one from one deck and one card from another, you can do that as well. And what the reading is going to be about. You know, just general or not, you know, however. Oh, man. It is storming and it's humid. And I already feel the sticky air blowing through, and I just am not a fan of it. What is the humidity right now? Let me check that out. Oh my goodness, 80% humidity. I thought they did have a crow emoji. I swear they do. Hold on. What is that? That is not a crow. That's an owl. Isn't it? What is that? I looked up crow. I can't really see what that is. It doesn't. And it just disappeared on my computer, so I don't know what the hell it is. It's gone on my computer. Hold on. I can post a crow in there. There. See, this is the crow. But I have to do something different to get that emoji. But the other one is just, I don't know what, it looks like an owl to me. I can't really see it, but welcome in from Berlin. Oh, that rhymed. Look at that. We had to bring back the crow. The crow is the staple. We have 3 staples. We have sirens, we have crows. I don't know what the third one is, but I felt like saying 3, so we'll find it. We'll figure it out later. We didn't even bring back the crow. I want to change the profile picture of this channel to a crow. From the tarot deck on Love, Kristen, I got you. But that's what I'm wanting to do. I want to make like a crow logo for the channel instead of the... Okay, I feel really called to just show this. I don't know how, but yeah, just... There's something good happening. Just let this transition move forward. You're getting handed the scepter of what you need. I'm putting that for the ending of the general. But that's just an insane split to get. I always look at the splits. I always do whenever I do them. But I've really felt called to show this one. Because it's just so, I don't know. Certain splits just are different like that. Certain splits are different like that. So let's get you your 2-card on Love, Kristen. And if anyone else wants 2-card pulls, don't be afraid to ask. You know. So Kristen, wait, hold on. Let me split this, like, do a 3-pal split. I should probably do that before, just in case. Anyway, let's get your 2-card on Love. And your first card is Justice. Balancing, ruling thoughts. Right now, you're in a very balanced energy when it would come to love. Accepting, receiving and giving are both really good for this right now. If you are looking for love with Justice coming out, it does seem like it'd be a good time to shoot for that. And if not, it does seem like there might be someone who could come in with that type of energy. With the Four of Cups reversed, though, be sure to think about what you're desiring in love, right? Right now, you're in a good energy to receive love, but think about what you're desiring in love. Not necessarily physical attributes, but what are you desiring to, to do with this relationship? Are you wanting to build something with this individual, with the relationship? Are you wanting to create like a business? Are you wanting to use this love for healing? Are really get down to the basis of what this love is going to bring in for you. Meditate and think about that, plan that out, so that when you get into the physical element of getting this love, you'll know exactly what you need. So you don't have to go through any of that the BS or going down multiple choices. And yeah, you can get to which deck do you want it from? The tarot deck, the animal deck, the angel deck, or the shadow deck? And what do you need on? And yeah, you can as well, Happy. What deck do you need it from as well? And yeah, love can come with everything. Just really, but like, 2 on the angel for love. Okay. Yeah, let me get some names started right down so I don't forget. Breeze, Angel, Sandra, and then Happy. I did not put the A in there once. Angel. On. And yeah, Paula, you can. What deck do you want it to be pulled from? And we got tarot deck, angel deck, shadow deck, animal deck, and we'll get them. But Breeze will get your angel. What did you want yours on again? On love, okay. For love, we'll get your 2 card for angel on love right now. Okay, well, since y'all want to just fly the fuck out, sure, why not? The 3 of RAL. Do what you love, a great time of personal growth in your career or artistic endeavors. Work with others in a cooperative manner. And the Ace of RAL, it's your lucky day, new resources of money, time, and support, a change in job or promotion. So right now, the way this is coming out for you, Breeze, with love, right now would be a more of a time to focus on a career or a path that you would love rather than a physical love. Calling upon RAL to help you move forward as well would be grateful. But it does seem there needs to be a bit more personal growth. And it's like, not to say that you're not grown. It's more of just there needs to be a solidified state that you need to be in. There's a more what am I trying to say here with this? Like, the more that you are ending up loving your craft or loving whatever you're doing, even the job, hobby, however, the more you're going to attract the love into you that's going to resonate more with you rather than a love that you would just, stumble upon. But definitely focus on love for a career at this time, and that will help you attract everything. And yeah, you can change the deck, Happy. It's all good. There's no worries. As long as I haven't pulled a card for you, it's gonna be good. But there, okay, Cassandra and General Angel. We'll get that. I'm about to start sweating bullets. I have the cold air on. Humidity, no. Well, that's good, Joe. Definitely grounding in that sense is going to be beneficial at this time. The way the energy has been has just been crazy. I was talking to someone yesterday, and I was blaming a bunch of stuff that was going on the moon, and they were saying, "Don't blame it on the moon, blame it on the boogie." And I was like, "Okay." Um, but Cassandra, your two angel cards for your general are the King of Gabriel, generous, inspirational, dramatic, and driven. Keep your eyes on the big picture, leave the details to others. Experience that leads to success and genuine concern for others. And the star, Archangel Joaphel, a dream come true, believe in yourself, and the end of a difficult situation. So, whatever you've been focusing on, whatever you've been determined on completing, is definitely working for you. Keep doing that. The situation at hand that you've been going through is ending at this time. If it's been a difficult, like a dry spot, or an overbearing, that whatever it is for you, is coming to an end. Allow yourself to truly sit within that energy and move forward. Just keep your eyes on the prize. Don't worry about, oh, how is this going to work, how's that going to work. Just know that it's going to work because you're taking it day by day. Call on your angels if it gets too heavy. But definitely whatever you're going through at this time is ending in a better place for you. Just keep the eye on the prize, and I'm gonna say keep your head down for the time being. Like don't get distracted. Like, we're taking a test. Keep your head down. Look at the test. Don't look up at anyone at this time. Eyes on your own paper. Move the way you have to. If you need help, ask for it when you need. Of course. But other than that, just making sure that you are grounded and stable in whatever you're doing right now. I got you, no worries. But happy. Your first shadow card is envy, which is envy, lack of self-confidence, difference, barriers to self-development. Is there any more, or is that just it? Nope, that's it. So there could be a lack of self-confidence that you're trying to get over. It's not necessarily giving that it's from envy at all, but it's more of like a blockage. So working with your solar plexus and sacral chakras are going to help with that. But it's like there could be a goal that you're trying to achieve, or a dream that you're going after that feels too big or grandeur for you, and that's not the case. The fact that you're having that dream is showing you that you're allowed to move forward with it. It's just there's this lack of thinking that you're able to do the things that you're desiring to. There's a lack of maybe knowledge within the department that you're trying to move forward in, or however, or a lack of studying on it, needing some help, or needing to talk to someone and like brainstorm on it. But however, like, really work with those chakras, because whatever you're doing can be accomplished. We have magic circle of 78, security, protection, confidence, concentrated energy, initiation of a successful venture, solidity, and comfortable environment. So definitely, it just feels like a rock in a hard place right now for you, Shadow. I mean, not for the deck is called Shadow. Happy. It feels like there's like a rock in a hard place. You are building up the confidence. You're just going through this trial, and it's just a little bit uneasy. It could be taking new steps, a new direction, trying to do something in a different manner. However this is for you, you're able to do it. You are protected. You are going to be successful in it, but you need to be able to keep that determination up, to be able to fight the part of your brain that's telling you that you're unable to do it, or that it's too hard or too difficult, or all these other excuses. Really ignore those parts of you and move forward with a grander energy. Know that if it's been put on your mind, the divine has given it to you for a reason. So you're supposed, trust with that fully and move forward with it with full passion. Allow passion to be more of a fuel than your thoughts. And the same thing is kind of like Cassandra. Keep your eyes on your own paper, in a sense. Don't listen to other people if they're not giving you anything to benefit from. Now, take their warnings, with a grain of salt always, but don't allow someone to throw you off course and be like, oh, you can't do that. You can do that. They can't do it, so they're saying that you can't either, because they think that XYZ, you're on a lower podium than them, or whatever the fuck they want to say. That's on them, not you. Allow yourself to move forward, knowing that the divine has given you something to move forward with, and that you can move forward with it. And yeah, it's like exactly what Daniel said. Dream bigger. If someone says you can't do something, dream just a little bit bigger. Maybe you can't do it because it's too small for you. You know what I mean? Play their game, but switch the script. That's what I say. If someone says you can't do it, yeah, I can't do it, so I'm gonna do something better than that. Actually, I'll let this be the starting step, but it's leading to something better. You know, you just can't see me do it because you're not me. You know, so just allow that to stay there. You know, move forward with that. Did anyone else? I did not see anything else. But yeah, there you go. The RB, the 2 cards. Oh my gosh, my ankle. Always. It is truly my pleasure. I enjoy doing these 2 card pulls a lot. So it is truly no bother. I'm glad I took yesterday off. I'm so glad, dude. I would have not been able to do a 2 card reading. I would have probably jumped off live like after 3 minutes. Oh my god. It was awful yesterday. I was tired. I was running around doing all sorts of shit. It was a fun day, but I would have not have been in a good mood to do a reading. And even today, like, I had to take a nap. I had to take 2 naps before I even felt good. Always dream bigger. Do not dream small. You're an infinite being. Don't limit yourself. Can you get a brief? Yeah, do you want it on anything in specific or just in general? Yeah, we need the Sahara. We need, like, oh my, we need the Nile back is what we need. Do you know how polluted the Nile is? Like, can we talk about that for a second? Like, the Nile River is absolutely been trashed. And it's awful. Like, that was like, can we just fix it? You know how much that would bring? You know how much prosperity that would bring? You know how much water we gather that actually comes from the Nile anyway? Yeah, the Nile is full of pollution. It's like, I was talking with someone, and they know all about this because they used to visit Egypt all the time with their father on like business trips and stuff. So they would always go to the Nile, and it's like awful because it's like a tourist attraction. And you know how fucking tourists are. You know how they are. They don't give a shit about anything. So it looks awful. Like, you can't even get water from it anymore. Who wanted the angel card? I know I seen it somewhere. There you are, Lucy. Sorry, I found it. I found it. We're good. So, Lucy, let's get your 2 cards from the angel. And we'll move forward with whatever else. Okay, well, there's your 2 cards, I guess. They just want to fly out. I'll let them fly out today. Yeah, see, Cassandra, same. I was like, I want to go to Egypt to go to Nile, and they said, don't go to the Nile. You'll be very disappointed. And I was like, what do you mean? It's like, it's like awful. It's polluted. They can't clean it. And I was like, man. Well, they can clean it, but you know how it is. Anyway. Anyway, Lucy, we got your 2 cards. The King of Michael. Principled, rational, ambitious, and respected. Wisdom and objectivity are important now. Stay in your integrity. A situation that calls for honest and open communication. And the 10 of Michael. A situation has ended and you're finally free. New opportunities for happiness will now follow. Put the past behind you. You may have to do some communication with yourself, with someone else, however this may be, to fully get past the cycle. But a cycle is definitely ended. Michael's obviously the one protecting you through this part. So call on Michael, ask him for strength, ask him for his shield to protect you, and ask him for your sword. Ask him for his sword as well to, help remove any ties or remove any blockages within your path at this time moving forward. But whatever whatever communication needs to happen, whether it's internal or external, now is the time to do so. And whenever you have that communication, allow it to reside in the past. Don't bring it with you anywhere else. If this communication is just you saying I'm not doing this anymore with like to yourself, let that be the boundary. That's where you put up the shield for Michael and not let anything else move forward. And man, the lightning keeps catching my eye. But so if I look outside, it's because of that. I'm not too sure. I'd have to look into it. A lot of what Bobby Hemmett said is like a hit or miss, unfortunately. He knew his stuff, but a lot of things that he was saying isn't right. Is the storms in your location? Yeah. We have storm. It was winding like crazy. When I first in the rising, it was like crazy winds, and it's just humid. 80% humidity with all these storms. It's like thunderstorms. So it's not like raining bad, but lightning and thunder, those two elements will create heat. And that's how you get that stupid hot rain and stuff. And I don't want to deal with it. But if it happens, it happens. Yes, if you have any energetic cords, Michael's the one to go to. I have to find the book. I have so many books on shit. There's a book I have that has like a little like a nighttime ritual that you do to protect you at night and remove any sort of cord. It's very interesting to do, but I have to find it again. Yeah, we had our winds first. The storms are coming after. It's rained, but it hasn't rained that much. It was hailing. You know what's weird? On the blood moon that we had, it was hailing here. The size of peas. It was hailing on a blood moon at like 3 in the morning. And that was very interesting. I could not go outside. But it was hailing. And in some areas it snowed on a blood moon. That was very interesting. I didn't get a picture of the blood moon. I only seen one picture of the blood moon, but I felt the energy of it, and that shit was bizarre. It was like 2 in the morning, and I seen the blood moon, and I was like, okay, cool, awesome, I can go to sleep now. And I couldn't sleep. It literally hit 3. At like 30 minutes later, it hit 3 in the morning, and I got zapped with the most amount of energy I've ever felt and could not sleep. I was like jumping off the walls with energy. And no one was awake to talk to. So I was just sitting on the bed, just like going bizarre. Not like in a bad way. I was just like playing a game nonstop and I couldn't stop playing it. I just had to get rid of the energy. St. John's River? Okay. I don't know. I haven't really heard about that either, so I'll have to look into it, but that's really cool. Thank you, Lucy. I'll look into this. I got to. One of my friends on Facebook got a picture of the blood moon while lightning was striking, and it was really cool. And another one got a picture of the blood moon's aura. It was really fucking cool. Can you stop with the lightning? It's gonna catch my attention every time. And thunder. Okay. Oh, okay. And that's cool. The that video, the blood moon, yeah, that's sick. I wish I could have got a video on mine. I literally could not, unfortunately. Yeah, my mom, like, this is just Appalachian shit. But my mom used to say whenever you heard thunder, God and the angels were bowling, and whenever you seen lightning, they got a strike. So every time I see lightning from that, like ever since I was like a child, I would always look at lightning as a bowling game and thunderstorms as a bowling game. I never was afraid of them. I would always be so happy. Um, Because whenever it rains, the angels are crying. It doesn't, not necessarily happy or sad, but whenever it's lightning and thundering, they're bowling and getting strikes. So I grew up with that, and every time it lightnings, I like look. I expected a bowling ball or like a bowling pin to fall from the sky though. It's sometimes when I was a child, and that never happened, and I got really confused. I never really asked my mom any other questions about it. Well, at least you got the water. See, that's the one thing I didn't do. I didn't get my moon water. But that whatever moon water, if y'all got moon water, that shit's gonna be very powerful. Um, if you want to release anything, you shower. You take a normal bath. You cleanse off, and then you dump a little bit of that water from your head and let it drip down and air dry. That shit will remove. Let me tell you. I might not have no moon water, but I know exactly what the fuck to do with it. You can wash your floors with that shit and get rid of any sort of fucking thing. You put salt within that mix too, child. That is a powerful floor wash for you. You can drink it. You can use manifestations with it. You can do all sorts of stuff, dude. It don't matter. You made a whole hell yeah. You got yourself probably the most powerful stuff ever. Well, until we have another like powerful event like that. If you want, now listen, I'll tell you this much. If you want to really get rid of negativity around you, you take some of that moon water, put it in a bowl, put lemon juice and salt, and sleep. Either put it under your bed or beside your bed before you sleep, and then dump that out in the toilet and flush it. Don't look at it. In the rising. And that will literally eliminate a lot of like sleep parasites, like astral parasites and stuff like that. You can get rid of stuff like that crazily doing that. You can use lime juice even. That's what I mean. The day before the blood moon, that's what I did. And I had to get rid of some shit because it was flying around me, and that worked. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Hold on. This has nothing to do with this at all. But that. I need to go tell Betty. I think someone's doing witchcraft in this place. Now that that's clicked together, hold up. I can't just ignore that sign. Because if that's what's happening, child, I got jars on top of jar. I don't have any jars, but I know what I can do with them. Anyway, sorry, completely off topic. Not going to talk about it here because it doesn't need to be talked about here. This is like a personal matter, but I think something's going up down in this place, and I'm gonna make sure. Thanks for the lightning. Anyway, I'm gonna make sure that shit ends. I'm gonna be sure. I'm gonna put my foot on it. Because if that's happening. It probably is. I'm not even going to doubt it. Because of what everyone's been talking, I don't know. It's lining up in such a way where I can't ignore it. All I'm going to say is... I actually got hired here to work. And there's someone here that doesn't like that. And they were snooping around in an office, and there was a gnat when we all got back inside the office. And if you don't know anything about fucking gnats, when you see gnats, you know what the hell going on. And if I gotta do something to teach someone a lesson to sit the fuck down, I will. Because trust me, I don't got a problem with it. Nor do my angels. will pop up on that shit and will toss them left, right, center. I don't give a damn. I don't give a fuck. I will. I don't need no candles. I don't need no herbs. I just need a piece. I just need parchment paper and black ink. And it'll be done. And so mote it be, baby. Don't test it. Even though herbs and candles would be pretty cool, but just, you know, seeing flies around or gnats and stuff whenever someone's snooping around can be a signifier of monitoring spirits. I've had so many encounters with monitoring spirits, it's not even funny. If any time I see a fly or a gnat fly around anywhere where it's not supposed to be, I know for a damn fact a monitoring spirit's around, and I will know who did it. I will do all sorts of shit to find out, and when I find out who does it, I make sure they go blind. Not the person, but the spirit. I don't want to blind no person now. But you see flies, you see gnats. That is a sign of monitoring spirits. If you see a centipede or a millipede, someone's trying to do a hex on you. Someone's trying to get you fucking trapped somewhere. Someone's trying to block you up somewhere. Seeing different bugs and different animals after doing stuff will let you know. Usually, okay, if you're doing stuff, like let's say you're doing like a return to sender or a banishing spell on someone, and the next day you rise and you see a dead animal, it went back and it hit them, and they can't do nothing to get it off. There are signs that you will see that will tell you exactly what the fuck's going on. You just have to know how to read them. Because the realm will tattletale on people so much. Yeah. I've noticed that with some native teachers how mice and spiders come up. It depends though. It depends on where you're raised. Because a lot of times in hoodoo, when you see a spider, that it can mean multiple things. Like I've seen people like in Wiccan, I think spider means that someone's gonna pass away or some shit. And I know someone made a vague post on Facebook a few years ago about a spider being shown, and it was directed towards me. And I thought that shit was fucking hilarious because I'm not dead. So I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but they're stupid as fuck, unfortunately. So I unadded them and then I fucking put them in a jar at that point in time just to lock them up somewhere because I didn't want to fuck with them. I don't care. I will put people in jars. I have a jar spell. I will if I have to. If someone's being annoying, I lock their ass up. You just put them in a jar of ammonia and they'll calm the fuck down. That's it. If anyone's bothering you, get some ammonia, put the ass in a jar, sit, stay, calm down. When you're calm, you get out the jar. Until then, you sit there and you learn your lesson. I will do that to people. I don't care. It is protection. I don't do it in vanity. I don't do it to be mean. I just do it because I don't want fucking people messing with me no more. Protection magic is different. He said put them in a jar spell, taking notes. Yeah, get some you can get squirt guns with vinegar. You can do all sorts of shit. But do not be afraid to use protection magic, y'all. Don't be afraid to lock someone up if they don't do something. Don't be afraid to, do a mirroring spell on their ass if you have to get shit to go on them. And people, that is the dogma of the spiritual community. They think you have to be all love and light. Michael literally stepped on his own brother's neck and said, "I'm gonna kill you if you do this again." There ain't no such thing as just being full love and light. When you're told to do something, you're told to do something. Do divination, go check up with your guides before you do anything. Obviously, before anything, divination, check up with your guides so you don't get in trouble. But if you're told to do something, you might as well fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like, if you have permission from the overseers that are watching you, from God, whomever, and they say, "Yeah, just do this," child, you got a permission slip. Might as well. Don't do it out of hate. Doing it out of hate is how it goes back on you. Do it out of love. Do it out of protection for yourself. You're doing it because you love yourself so much, to keep people away from you. Don't do it because you despise the bitch or whoever. Don't do that, because that's gonna go back on you. Do it for protection. Always, because that's not wrong. It is not wrong to protect yourself ever. Do not let anyone make you feel like that. That is backwards logic. That is them trying to get you to go down a path that is going to keep you locked up in a cycle. What can you do to get the energy away? Do you have okay, so there's a few ways you could do that, Mandy. Can you give more details on that? Because there's a lot of ways you can do this, and some ways would work better for others depending on your circumstance. Obviously, salt, water, and lemon juice are like easy things you can do for stuff. Lemons and cloves for a return to sender are always a good choice. Florida water is always fun. What I used to tell people was just to get rattlesnake oil soap and take a bath in that and read Psalms 91 or recite Psalms 91. That shit will fuck people up. Black African soap or rattlesnake oil soap. Rattlesnake soap or African black soap. Those two. You take a bath in either one of those, a shower in either one of those, wash your body off completely and pray, recite some psalms. You'll be clean. Things will bounce right the fuck off of you. It works. Trust me. I remember no one in the YouTube spiritual community was mentioning to take a bath in rattlesnake soap. And then one day I just said, y'all need to get some rattlesnake soap. I showed everyone what it looked like on a really old video. And I had so many people saying, this shit worked. I was like, no, it does. Trust me. Trust me. You want to take it a bit further? Black African soap and do the same thing. You want to mix them both together? Sure. Throw some Florida water in that shit. Do what you got to do. Rattlesnake soap. Let me link you this. Let me hook y'all up. I stand by this. I stand by it. I stand by rattlesnake oil soap. I don't care what anyone says. This stuff is the best thing that you can do for like quick, easy protection. It's cheap. It's like $7 on Amazon. It's super cheap. And all you have to do is just rub it on yourself and say some prayers. Really, it's super simple, and it works wonders. Like, that shit will knock some fucking socks off. Oh my god. And it makes you clean. It cleans yourself too. It's not just, gonna help you against the fence. That shit cleans you too. It's a really, it gets it gets that dirt off you. Okay, if they're going to your house, if you have a welcome mat, take some salt and throw it under there. And if you don't, what you can do is take a mixture of, you can either do like salt, lemon juice, and water, or you can or you could put Florida water in there as well, and scrub the outside of your house so they can't. So whenever they come there, they won't bring that bullshit with them. You can also put like black tourmaline, like on the top of your doors and stuff. But definitely, cleaning your place with Florida water or like pine sol is gonna really help you. You do that now, period. Let me tell you. There are so many things that you can do, and it's like so many inexpensive things that you can do. You don't gotta go get an expensive candle and burn that shit. Like, we're talking about, how about charcoal? Charcoal can help. You can make black salt with that. You got Florida water, sage, and pine sol. Okay, take you some. What you do? Okay, wash the inside of your house with that pine sol. Put the Florida water in like a spray bottle. If you have some lemon juice, put some lemon juice in there too, and squirt it on all your appliances and clean it off that way. With the sage, what you would do is after, you can either do it before or after. It's recommended after though, to just go around your whole house and outside and sage, and while you're saging, no energy can come here that is not allowed. Don't say may, demand it. That's the issue with a lot of people. They'll say may this, do all these things. May it? They don't have to if it says may. It's you and your defense. If you want it to happen, you make it happen. I command this shit to happen. I command these energies to leave. They ain't supposed to be here. If you get a reaction, you demand even more. Leave out. I don't care how much of a temper tantrum you're gonna throw. I'm gonna put you the fuck out. Coming from an exorcist, do not show fear at these spirits, because they will take advantage of that tenfold. Commanding is the way to go. Listen, Pine Sol is a hoodoo solution. I don't listen. First of all, look up what tree pines are used for. They also count as needles. Now you turn that into a liquid, right? That's a bunch of power in one thing. Some people use pine needles as nails and they work. Some people use their toenails and fingernails as nails because they're nails. They're identified as nails, right? And welcome in your bed. I got you, Mandy. And if you need to, you can email me, and I'll give you some more tips and stuff like that. I know a lot. I love studying this shit. This is my passion. Is to do spells and shit. It is only money that's an issue, which is why I've learned to negotiate with what I got. Pen and paper, I've become a wizard with that. Writing petitions have been bizarre. Yeah, people be collecting nails. If you see someone with a jar of toenails or fingernails by their front door, do not fuck with them. They are not there to play around. They will fuck you up. Do not bother them. Just be cool. If they make you mad, just say, hey, I don't agree with that. Be cool with it, or just keep your mouth shut and leave. Because when someone has the ingredients out, in the open like that, it's because they're ready to use it. They are waiting to use it. That, or it's just there for protection purposes as well. But regardless. You can make all sorts of stuff with that. If you need me to type out the email, I can also do that, Mandy. But yeah, the email's in the pin message. Yep. People don't talk about that though. I'll talk about it. I'll expose it, just so people can be more aware and not get fucked up randomly. But it is more of a closed practice of using those ingredients. I will say that as well. A lot of people agree that doing certain a lot of people agree that hoodoo is a closed practice regardless. So there's a thin line between what you can really say about hoodoo and what you can't. And then again, if you can't do hoodoo, you can just do Appalachian granny magic, which is the adjacent and white version of hoodoo. Which still works. It's still its own powerful thing. It's used for protection of home, family, businesses, things of that nature, using herbs, crystals, things of that nature. But if you can't do hoodoo and you want to do something like hoodoo, Appalachian granny magic, that shit works wonders as well. Oh yeah, it definitely is to test its boundaries. Oh, it don't even matter. Here's the thing. When it comes down, okay, so this is the difference between witchcraft and actual practices. When people are doing witchcraft, it's about their intention. When you're doing practices like hoodoo, voodoo, anything Haitian, Louisiana, anything of that nature, those are actual like instruction based things that you do. They have measurements, they have days, they have specifics for that. That uses no, you don't, doesn't matter your intention. That matters if you're following the instructions or not. A lot of people nowadays, they just know about witchcraft. If they walk up to an elder and do what they shit, an elder would have them in a graveyard within that same week. Like, we're talking about there's a difference between stuff. So even if people know about this stuff that are like bad, it ain't gonna do nothing at the end of the day, because all they know how to do is their intention. They don't know the instructions, and I don't expose enough to tell you about the instructions. I give you enough to do what you need to do, but there's ingredients that I don't mention. And if you know how to do certain things, then you would know what to add to it. You know what I mean? As a practitioner, I'm not going to tell you the full thing. Now, certain things that are like really simple, like the water and stuff, like the water, lemon juice, and salt, things like that nature, that should be common knowledge for protection. But when I talk about my other stuff, I don't give all the ingredients for a reason. You know, even in my book that I have, I don't put all the ingredients in that either. It's missing some things because as a practitioner, you're not supposed to tell them your full thing. You have specific things that you do for your stuff, for your own magic, for your own workings to get it to work your way. But in general speakings, you don't have to. Even like practitioners that know more than me will still do the same thing, because it's like it's a protection of yourself. Because if someone can use your exact ingredients with your exact spell, that can get you in trouble heavily. So I keep it I keep it as vague but as informational as possible. So like, and if it's stuff like, again, like the rattlesnake oil soap, that's really all you need to do. For the basis of that, that's all you need to do is just take a shower in it, do prayers, demand things are gone, and you're good. There's other things you can do with it, but for the most part, you wouldn't really need to unless you are, doing something that would require that. Yeah, if they drain you, you should just release them with love always. Always, always, always. Oh yeah. Listen, Kentucky is like the Bible Belt of the Appalachian mountains. So we have our own thing going on in Kentucky. Thank you. I know y'all seen that one. That one was crazy. It was purple. We got purple lightning over here. That's a lot of plasma. And that was what? Maybe like 5 seconds? 5 seconds before the thunder hit. So the storm is like 5 miles away. 5 to 6 miles away. That's how you can tell. Dude, fucking. Being raised in the Appalachians or anywhere in within the South will teach you all sorts of stuff about how to read the realm. You can gauge when a storm's going to happen. I can smell storms. That's just, some people can, but being raised in like the Appalachians, I can smell when it's about to happen. It is a whole thing. It's so funny. But yeah, like we have our own like weird thing. We have granny magic. We have like religious magic. We made moonshine. We bootlegged the fuck out of that, so we know like alchemy. It's weird. I like the rain. I love rain. Rain is good. Rain means cleansing. Yeah. Same thing. Same thing here, hidden. I don't mind to help people, but if what is that? Sorry. The storm. It smelt weird. It's gonna go. It's gonna be heavy rain. It's gonna be heavy rain. I can feel it. It's going to like downpour tonight, or like maybe in like an hour or two. It is going to downpour heavy. But yeah, but same thing here, hidden. Like, I will help people. Um, and that's just on me. But the second they, you know, turn their cheek and decide to like take advantage of it, I'm not afraid to like, you know, remove myself. I actually had a thing. I helped someone a while back. It was the very first petition I ever made, like ever, and it worked. It helped the individual out, and they turned out to be backstabbing me and only trying to get information from me. So I ended up reversing the petition. I ended up just like making it void, and it hit them like a ton of bricks. It unfortunately, it put their life on hold for a second. Because I was helping them out financially with it, and then I figured out what they were doing, and I was like, look, if you're gonna do this still, I told them to their face, like, if you don't stop, I'm going to like remove this petition. Like, if you don't tell them to, if you don't quit doing this, and if you don't quit telling, if you don't start telling these other people to stop doing these things, I'm gonna make sure that I remove what I helped you with. And they didn't believe me, so I removed it from them, and they had their whole life on hold for a fat minute. I did not regret a single thing because it's like I'd warned them, but I will always help everyone. I keep my arms open, but I have a third hand that has a knife in it just in case some shit goes down. Like, do not try and flip my bricks, because I have my own way of solving things. I'll keep it within the spiritual. You do what you want on the physical, I'll meet you in the spiritual. Have fun. No, see, that's all you need to do. The second you start pulling back your energy, they're like, what the fuck's going on? Well, unfortunately, you were living vicariously through me. And because I don't want you doing that no more, you're not doing it no more. Once you remove your energy from someone, it's like, damn, like, what the fuck was I doing? Well, you were high off the supply. Don't get high off the supply. That's the first mistake. Don't do it. Gang stalking is petty, dude. I was gang stalked for the longest time, and that shit was like atrocious. It was like, really? Like, get a job. Or like, do something else with your life. Why are you so infatuated with me? Like, what's up? Are you just too shy to tell, like, admit your feelings, or are you just a freak? Like, either way, it's cool. I just want to know. Mm-hmm. Exactly, Yvette. That's why we test our spirits. We always gotta test the spirits. It don't matter. Like, even for me, like, I'll meet someone, and if they give me the energy of anyone that I've met from the past, I'll keep that in my pocket. It's not going to control how I interact with that individual, but it's in my pocket. And I'll pay attention to their steps. And the closer that they get to that thing, the more I begin to act like that's the same person, and I walk down that path with them. Um, but I mean, I keep it completely spiritual. People, you know, people can cuss me out or say whatever they want, you know, beat me up on the physical. I will take it straight to the to the spiritual, and there's nothing they can do about that. It's a red flag. It really is. Cause it's like, if I'm getting this same energy from you, I'm not gonna say it's good or bad. I'm gonna just note it. I'm gonna mark it down, because you could either be a higher vibration, a lower vibration, or the exact same, and I'm gonna make sure of it. And wherever the time goes, whether you're a trickster spirit who's the same or lower, or you're actually higher, we'll figure that out when that road gets there. For now, enjoy your time, because I'm counting. I'm counting steps. I'm asking spirit, is this what's going on? Who's, you know, all these things. I'm making sure of it. Especially if I'm in an area where people know what I'm doing, I'm more cautious doing that, because now it's like, if people here know I'm doing something, now I have to make sure I'm protecting myself in a different way. They know what I'm doing, they know what I'm about. Let me do something different. No, see, exactly, Hidden. I have crazy ancestors. I have ancestors that will tell me to do the most bizarre shit. Will I follow it? Depends. But I have that protection on lock, and if I bring something to the spiritual, you better make sure you are in complete right notoriety to do something. Because when I bring people to spiritual, I don't accuse them. I send them there to get questioned. And then after that, then I start doing some shit. And thank you for the donation, Robin. It's very much appreciated. But literally, I can't talk about it too much. But my ancestors and God be protecting me in funny ass ways. Cause I had to go down to the lobby while someone was cleaning my room. And the person that was originally cleaning my room came down to the lobby red faced and pissed off. I didn't know what it was all about. Because she couldn't say it because she was around me cleaning my room, but she said that I don't need the other person in there. She's moving shit around. I need her just to leave. I'm cleaning the room myself. And I was like, okay, someone's snooping around. A few days later, I'm talking to the general manager because we're cool. And she was like, you need to be careful of so-and-so. And I was like, what you mean? And she was like, well, God's protecting you because I can't say I'm not going to say the worker's name, but one of them got really mad because the other one was in there. And I was like, yeah, I remember that. I was down there when that whole thing happened. And she was like, you got to watch out for that other one. You got to watch. I was like, I could pick something up because she was, I don't know. Because the general manager here, she's tapped in too. So we have talks a little bit like that. And she was like, what do you pick up on them? You pick up anything on them? Because I do. I'm like, yeah, I pick up something. So it's good to be around those who are tapped in like that because they'll pick up on shit. So, and if just you're even having someone else around you can do that for you. It puts things into a bit more perspective because it's not just you, it's both experiences. And then you can start really clicking shit in like, okay, so this is what's probably going to happen. And that's, then you can start getting some more clear premonitions and shit. Things are going to kick off in a different way doing that. Oh, quickly. That's the thing. With me and my guides, I always get to see what happens. Nothing goes under my nose. I see it all. The person that was doing using me as a test dummy for their black magic lost a Tesla, lost a house, and I watched them lose it all in real time. And that's why they had to stay at my apartment that I was at the last apartment I was at, because they fucking lost everything and had nowhere else to go. I sat there and watched it happen. I didn't say a damn thing to them. I didn't brag about it. I just made sure I made eye contact with them because I'm gonna see what happens. I'm going to know what happens to you. I'm going to know it's you. And I'm not going to do nothing about it. Because it's not up to me what happens to you. You should just stop. I don't play games. I'm protected. I make sure that people know. Because I don't want people fucking around with me. Because seriously, once I bring it to the spiritual realm, I can't do nothing. I have ancestors that will do some dumbass shit, dude. I got ancestors that are like Masons. That doesn't really mean anything, but I got knowledge. I got ancestors that fuck with the graveyard dirt and shit back in the day. I got some crazy ass people in my ancestry, and once it hits the spiritual realm, they don't give a fuck. They do not care. Their job is to protect, and if they gotta do something crazy to protect, they will. My hands will stay clean. Most people will find out. And it's not even, the thing is, you don't even want to find out. The thing is, some people don't even, want to see that happen to people. It's genuinely just, you're going to see it happen because you need to know that you're protected. It's not to make you get an ego and to run around and brag about it. It's so that you know you're protected. So that you don't got to worry about that. Oh, no, yeah, natives that run with the wolf. No, seriously, listen. Your native ancestors, they're really cool, they're really chill, they're down to earth, but they will start fires. They will start fires that are impossible to kind of fathom. When you call on them and you ask them to help you, shit will get crazy. If you work with your native ancestors closely, you know what I'm talking about. I haven't worked with mine very closely, but I know the power of them. I spent a lot of time in my childhood around my native ancestry. I did rain dances all the time. My dad brought me to a powwow once, even though it was full of a bunch of white people. There were actual natives there, and they taught me how to do authentic rain dances and stuff. Because I'm Cherokee Native, I have that in my blood heavily, um, and a bit of Blackfoot as well. But I went there, and my dad was telling one of the chieftains there like what's going on with me, and like my ancestry, and they taught me a lot of shit. They taught me rain dances. They taught me how to calm storms down. Like, I know some things out here. Do I do it? Not really, but I am educated in multiple crafts, and it is very good to be. So, oh yeah, like the whole shrunken head thing. Even though that was like a voodoo thing, and like in the Haitian areas, the natives were really behind that as well. The natives loved collecting like that as like trophies and totems. So it's very interesting. Like you wouldn't expect the stuff that your ancestors. You would not expect the stuff that your ancestors did. You would like to think, oh, my ancestors were so peaceful. No, they made sure people knew not to fuck with them. They made sure if blood had to get splattered, baby, give them gallons because they're gonna go for it. They did not care. Other than that, they were peaceful, loving, sharing. The second that line was crossed, game over. You all your skin's gone, and now someone's wearing your skin as a pelt or it's a rug. Now you don't know what to do. You've been gone for a week, and your family don't know, and it's because you locked in a crate somewhere because your natives were like, I'm not fucking with you right now. Like, listen, they did not fuck around. But other than that, they were the nicest, sweetest, most loving people you'd ever meet. Just be nice. You be nice to me, I'll be nice to you. The second you start doing shit, I'm gonna do shit to you. Like the native in French war, whatever the fuck, they were using voodoo and hoodoo and all sorts of magic on them, dude. That's why they were scared to fight the natives. They were fucking doing magic, and they had bows and shit. They had guns and whatever. They're like fucking putting spells on their whole armies and shit, dude. Making bone necklaces out of the people there, getting their whole bloodlines cursed and shit. Not the natives, but the whoever bones they were, dude. Just making, oh my god. I mean, I can go all day long on it. Making bone stew with they bones and shit as offerings and all sorts of shit, dude. It's there. Mm-hmm. What's going on in here? Talking, 2-card pulls and talking. Not much other than that. Like, listen, dude. Y'all, people would love to think it's about love and light. No, it's not, dude. It's not. When you get down to the grits of it, it's love and light because y'all interacting and y'all like each other and no one's doing some weird shit. Second someone does some weird shit goes flying, dude. Mm-hmm. That is the blessings over the word, dude. Listen. When you know, you know. And of course you can. Do you need it from the shadow deck, the tarot deck, the animal deck, or the angel deck? And we can get those cards for you, Jennifer. Let me put your name down here as well, just in case. From the shadow, I got you. It's right here in front of me. Battling depression, I got you. I know how that can be. It's not a tough. I meant to say it's not an easy route, but at the same time, I was trying to say it's a tough route. I'm sorry to say that it's not tough. I know how tough it is. That's slip of the mind. Thank you, brain. Sure, Robin, but what do you need and what deck and what do you need it on? You're digging deep. You say that shadow work, dude. It hits. Let me tell you. That dark night of the soul is not easy, but once you come out of it, you're totally different. You different, and it shows, and it hits different too. So, wishing you the best of love and luck on that, because it's not for the easy. It's not for the faint of heart at all. So salutes to you. Oh, you're 42, not 47. I'm blind. So your first card from the shadow deck is the Witch of Verdam, which is who sows the wind shall reap the storm. Self-centeredness, envy, lack of knowledge and experience, plan for failure, attacking a stronger contender. I just feel like lack of knowledge and experience is what's coming through. You may need to study up on different practices for your shadow work at this time, especially since we were talking about that. Study up on different ways to do shadow work. Study up on different ways to ground yourself and to move energy throughout your chakras and expand your mind state. Like there's tapping, there's subliminals that you can do. There's frequency work that you can do. There's all sorts of things. You can do self-love spells and stuff. You can call in your angels. Experimenting more with shadow work. It doesn't have to just be about introspection and diving within that mental realm. It can be a very grandeur experience, if you're willing to take those routes. But definitely learn a bit more of what you're trying to do. And even then, when you are doing this work, whatever you're trying to push forward through, whatever things you're learning about yourself, whatever barriers you're breaking down, take time to even look up about where they could come from, on a psychological standpoint. Like why do people struggle with this? Why do people struggle with that? All these things, just educating yourself more. That's another thing about shadow work that a lot of people don't talk about, is the education part. It's not all about just learning how it affects you. It's also seeing how it affects others as well, because you might not be seeing a full point of what you're trying to get from because it's your own view. And that's kind of where the self-centeredness comes from. It's not bad to be self-centered. You need to be centered in yourself. But when it's time to expand on your knowledge, and expand on what you're doing, learn from other people as well. You know what I mean? We're all here to be an example of some sort. So allow yourself to be within that energy. And the next card we have is Avarice, which is materialism, pettiness, bureaucracy, I can't say the word. Being dissatisfied, lust for material goods, misery, dishonest financial transactions, spiritual poverty, necessity for spiritual awakening. So again, spiritual poverty, necessity for spiritual awakening seems to be the things heavily for you right now. Definitely work closer with your guides, your angels, God, whomever religion, belief, whatever you have, right? Work closer with that element. Whatever scripture your religion or your faith follows, read it, study it. It's that script is to show you what ways you can grow from it. In Christianity, you have the story of Job, and that helps a lot of people out, because a lot of people are have majority Job moments where they're going through things that are restrictive, or they feel like things are being stripped away to where they're being having nothing but bones and stuff. Or maybe it's something to do with Solomon asking for the wrong things. Learning the lessons of those stories are what's going to help you grow in that stint. And even if it's not Christianity, whatever it is for you, right? Looking deeper into it. If it's just spiritual practices in general, looking up Taoism and Buddhism and learning more about energy energy saving, being conservative with your energy. I can't speak. But doing that will really help you move forward. Focusing less on the physical aspects of things and delving into a more spiritual, a more knowledge-based set would be good. A lot of times when we are in battling depression, or in that shadow of the night, dark night of the soul, excuse me. When we are in that dark night of the soul moment, it's our soul asking us to get guidance, to get wisdom. The best and the only true way to nurture your soul is to get wisdom, to learn, to allow it to mature. So don't be afraid to look things up. Don't be afraid to take that extra step to even look up the psychology behind things, or to look up why this could be happening to you. You know what I mean? Going to therapy or asking someone, it doesn't matter. Just allowing yourself to get more of that expansive. But really just look into that deeper side of things for this time being. I feel like that would be the best benefit of you. And don't do it because everyone else says it. Maybe you've been working on your chakras and you keep hearing you need to work on your chakras, and you have been, but nothing's changed. It's because it's not a chakra issue. It could be something completely different. It could be an attunement. It can be an alignment. It could just simply be a lack of knowing what those chakras are truly used for and needing to research that. It could be nutrients that's needed to give to those chakras based off of food and stuff of that nature. You know what I mean? So really just delve into that deeper side of it. Getting more of that wisdom, that knowledge is really going to boost you forward. It might not lessen what you're going through, but it will definitely make it a lot easier to move forward. And it is downpouring heavy. I called it. I knew it. It smelt weird, and here it is. Anyway, I'm glad I could be of help, Jennifer, and I'm glad that the readings in this channel has been of help. That is my main goal, is to just help people. Because through helping people, I help myself, especially. Because I wouldn't be able to say anything that I know if I haven't gone through it or experienced it myself. You know, I try and keep that as true as possible. And yeah, I can get that for you. I can get that for you, Robin. The life path numbers and things don't necessarily matter in my sort of practices. So I'm not really sure how to integrate those into this. But I can check. I can check to see if you need to enter compatibility or not with this, definitely. Jesus, what's up with all the purple lightning? Why are y'all going crazy? Hold on, wait a minute, because that's something a little bit. Hold on, I'll dig into that after this. Because we don't see purple lightning over here. So there's something going on that I'm supposed to be a little bit more aware of than just saying, why is there purple lightning? So I'll dig into that. And it has a lot more to do with just plasma. Because we already took the walk up Purple Mountain earlier this year, late last year. No, it was this year, wasn't it? I think it was in January with the Purple Mountain. I'll think about it later. But I'll get back to you, Robin. Let's get the 2 cards for you. I'll shuffle 2 more times. We'll take the bottom and the split. It could be. But at the same time, when things like this happen, I take it further than just angels. There's always a deeper sense to it. Because it could even just be Zadkiel, because Zadkiel is purple, and my mouse is purple now. I'm gonna look into that. Sorry, purple card. Purple's the thing. I'm gonna have to do research here. But Robin, your first angel card is the Moon, Archangel Anael. The opportunity to improve your plans, listen to your intuition for accurate guidance, face your fears, and grow stronger. And the 2 of Ariel, it's important to have balance, working multiple jobs or projects at once, making work fun. So right now, it's more of a time to focus on projects. You might have a barrier, a fear of being on your own that you're needing to break through, that you're needing to break away from and see a higher depth of. Right now, I wouldn't worry too much about the compatibility. You're not alone in the sense as your angels are around you. But there seems to be like a subconscious belief from like a physical, like you're juggling between 2 realities, and it's like a subconscious battle where you might even be comparing like the past and present with this battle as well, with how it's going. So really focus on what you're trying to do moving forward. Work with your 3rd eye chakra heavily. And instead of worrying about being on one direction or another, definitely implement more fun. Allow yourself to have a more open-minded concept about how to move forward. Whether that concept of moving forward is, more of a mental or a feelings or a physical or a spiritual realm, that part doesn't necessarily matter. Just do what you're needing to do on Do what you're needing to do. So I'm getting a bunch of downloads now from the purple shit. I'm so sorry. I'm getting cut off. But do what you need to do on whatever realm you need to. Allow it to be fun. Allow yourself to attract what you're desiring to, and focus on where that subconscious thought pattern is. But this might have to do with because Purple Mountain has a lot to do with this. It's like I don't know, because I kept getting like Anunnaki, because the children of Anu are also known as the children of the violet flame, and that has a lot to do with the ascension of Earth. So this could be the awakening of the remainder of the children of Anu, who are coming into power for the new Earth evolution, not revolution, evolution. Because I was getting a lot about Anu when it came down to that. But Anu's color on the spectrum of light is purple. The Anunnaki children are purple in that sense. The energy you feel on your lower spine, that's either if it's at the base of your spine, root chakra. If it's just at the lower, sacral chakra. So let me think here. I don't know. When the second I said let me think here, I read Daniel's comment and I just heard whoop whoop. That's the sign of the police, and I guess that's the message. You know, I don't know. I'm just I guess that's the message. But I don't know. It came to me as like as an Anu's child awakening, like Oh, my friend got back from kidney surgery. I hope they're okay. Yeah, I don't know. That was like the first thing that came down. So like divine judgment, I guess we could say, a balancing the royalty of the earth being born again. Royalty not really meaning anything with the financial state, but more of the wisdom intellectual state, because purple is mainly associated with either the crown or third eye. I don't associate purple with either of them because I don't really see either of them as a purple color, but in traditional teachings they definitely are. My blood turned orange one day. I'll never forget that. And I looked it up, and if you have like an orange blood, you're probably from Orion. You're either from like Sirius A or B, or just somewhere within the Orion constellation. I found that out. And I mean, I already knew I was from Orion, right? But that just kind of like put the icing on the cake. Yeah, the blue blood thing is a physical thing. That's just something that the 3D reality uses. So it's definitely something like that. But the reason why that's a thing in the first place is to get people to not connotate with it. So they don't like see the true spiritual nature of it, because like we can have all the knowledge and wisdom that we need, but the physical reality and the archons that rule it will definitely make politics a big issue. So you focus more on like the physical aspect than the spiritual. Oh, the surge is on Monday. Never mind. Well, I mean, your blood is technically blue before it oxidizes. Or like it's either like a blue or like a purplish or something. It depends on like your blood type and stuff. Yeah. I mean, I had a friend, um, his blood was like a bluish color. Even when it came out. It was weird. But he had something in his knuckle. I think I don't know what the fuck he had in his knuckle. But it was like a metal ball that was like on his knuckle when he popped it out in like 5th grade and his blood was blue and it was really weird. So, I don't know what would have caused that. Maybe the metal ball or whatever. It might have like spiked something up in it, but it was really weird. I don't know. Really, at the end of the day, we won't fully know until we're all like poofed away what we really are. But you know, if you say you are and you know it to be true within your heart, I guess you are. There's ways you can definitely test and find out, but then again, it's like I don't know them, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. There's a way to find out everything and anything, really. Hmm. Oh, it's not going to do its thing. Yeah. It's an interesting vehicle, too. It is a very, very, very interesting vehicle. Hmm. Yeah, I get what you mean. I don't know why that made me think about this, but like, you can't really go inside of any other planet. You can only go inside of Earth because we're living in Earth. And then, like, you see people going on Mars, right? I just like thinking like that because it's really funny sometimes. It can crack a few eggs if you're lucky. But shout out to the dome. Shout out to the dome. Always, Jennifer. Thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do my own real quick and see what happens. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm so silly. I forgot all about that. It's gonna change a lot, isn't it? Aw, I did forget about that. That reminded me. Why is everything happening on Monday? Like everything I know of is happening on Monday. Why is Monday the day? What's happening on Monday? Your birthday? Again, why? What is happening on Monday? Why is there so much stuff happening on Monday? Oh, the moon moves from Libra into Scorpio. That's probably fucking why. Wait, when does the moon go into Libra? On today? Is today the moon in Libra, or is it tomorrow? It had to be today. Or was it like a few days ago? I don't know, I'm trying to find that out. Where's my site that I go to for fucking astrology updates? Can't find it. There it is, the planets today. What's the moon in? What are you doing, moon? Moon is in Libra today. Okay, moon went. Okay, moon led. Okay, no shit, because moon led Virgo, so we're going into Scorpio. So what's going on here? Saturn, Neptune, Mercury, and Venus are trined. Obviously, they're both in Aries, and they're both in retrograde in Aries. Neptune is leaving Pisces, and it's gonna be in Aries soon. Saturn's in Aries. Saturn's in Pisces, which kind of explains a lot. Where's Jupiter? Jupiter's in Gemini, obviously. Mars is in Cancer. There's nothing in Leo, thank God, because that would be awful. Sagittarius and Capricorn, also empty. Pluto's in Aquarius. Man, there's a lot of shit gonna happen. If you want to find, I'll just link this site. It's a good site to go to, honestly. I love this site. I go to this stuff all the time. I go to it all the time. What do you mean by that, Lucy? I think I know what you're talking about. I'm not 1000% sure though. What? Make made. What does that mean? Got you. Why is Chiron in Aries? In Aries? But Ceres in it. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Now I'm doing a lot of research on this now. I'm like, well, I can't even see this, so I guess it doesn't matter. Not right now, at least. Oh yeah, if no one else needs 2 card pulls or anything, or has any other questions, I might just end it here and come back later. If I'm not busy. Oh my lord. Oh. I need to do another petition, because that last one did really fucking good. And of course, Happy, no worries. That's what I do here. What does this mean? Hold on. Oh. Interesting. I'll keep that in mind. I will keep that in mind. Moving forward. It can be a sign of rapid healing. It can be a sign of detoxification as well. Whenever you wake up in sweats, that is your body getting rid of like different types of toxins. And spiritually, if you wake up sweating, it definitely is like an energetic like removal. Like either like you can think of it as like energetic surgery, removing ties and binds and stuff. I've had multiple times where I've removed ties and binds, and I've woke up feeling like I was on fire or just surrounded by a pool of sweat. And it just means that you were going underneath like some form of energetic tussle with like 2 versions of you, or like a tie between you and something, however. Always, Lucy. That's what I love to do. I love just hanging around and then being here. I did that 5-hour stream on accident that one day, and I found that really funny. I didn't know that it was 5 hours, because I'm not gonna convert what 300 minutes is, like off the top of my head. But I realized when I ended it, I was like, oh, it was 5 hours? Like, what the fuck? I didn't even know. That's the longest stream we've had. But it was fun. I cannot complain. Time just flies. Because when I used to stream on Twitch, when I played games, I would stream for literally like 8-10 hours a day. And that was nothing. But I'd be playing a game, so it's a little bit different than just talking. But doing a 5-hour stream was like nothing. It was a really calm day too. It was the calm before everything like dogpiled on me. Time does fly when you're having fun. It really, really does. It really, really does. But yeah, definitely. It's like removing of internet cords and stuff for that. If you did a soul retrieval, that could also be it as well. Doing soul retrievals are not easy. And you have to do a lot depending on like your soul and whoever's soul you're retrieving. It depends on what system you're going through as well, but that varies as well with like how much exertion it's going to take. But just because it's happening in the spiritual does not mean your body's not going to be affected by it. So when you start waking up in sweats and stuff and like dehydrated and shit from like dreaming, you probably you were most likely in the astral realms doing some shit. And that's just how it is. I've literally like the day that I woke up every hour on the hour, every time was like an astral journey. It was never like just a normal sleep. It was always me like waking up dehydrated. I ate like 3 sugar cookies at night just to keep myself good. It was weird. It was so weird. I was like chugging water and eating sugar cookies every time I got up. No, for real. But yeah, I'm gonna pop off and I'm gonna be back later. It might be a shorter stream. I don't know. I feel like it might be. I do have some plans. So depending on like what happens and when it happens and who, where, and why. But for now, just know that I'll be back later today. I was gonna stream earlier, but I just did not want to. I ate food. I ate breakfast, and I went right back to sleep. So I didn't get to. But regardless, thank you all for being here. It's truly a pleasure. I love hanging out with y'all. I love being here and helping you all truly. But I love you all so much. Sending it back tenfold and forever. And I will see you all later. Pull and card for you, man. What do you mean? What do you need it on? What do you need it on? What deck and what do you need it on? And I can pull it in real quick. You're a little late to the party, but I'll slip you in real quick. Yeah, Mercury's in retro with Venus, and they're conjuncted. They're conjoined. So they're dancing around each other. But yeah. I'll give you like 2 more minutes to reply fly about what deck you need it from and what you need it on. And after that 2 minutes, I'm hitting that X. I'm going home. Well, I'm going off. Well, home, whatever. Mm-hmm. You got 1 more minute, Fly. The reply, and then I'm off. Funnily enough. You know what card names you should have said so earlier? The tarot deck, the animal deck, the shadow deck, or the angels? Speak up. Come on. You got a voice. Angel, I got you. I got you. After this, I'm getting off, but we'll get you in. So what's going on with this? What time is it for? Who would be up there? I'll take the bottom in the split since that was already kind of happening. So, Fly, your 2 angel cards are the Ace of Gabriel. Gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration, the chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. And the Magician, Archangel Raziel. You can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear in successful beginnings. You're starting something new. Allow whatever passions you have to take you forward. Don't hold yourself back. Truly keep optimism on your side right now. And just follow your heart when it comes down to doing this next thing. Whether this is a job, something coming into you to help you, however this is, you've allowed yourself to manifest it into you. Be sure to continue down that same path of manifesting the best for you. If you're trying to find a way out of a situation, it's definitely on its way to you, either through like a person or a solution. But regardless, keep the head up and follow the path that you're choosing to follow, go with. That is your angel message, though. But yeah, now I'm gonna get off. So regardless of all that, I'm gonna post this again because it's like mandatory for me, I guess. I don't know. Regardless, thank you all for being here. I love you all so much. See me back tenfold and forever. I will be back later. It's truly wonderful being here. It always is. But I love you all so much. See me back tenfold and forever. And I will see you all later.